Welcome back to the Millennial Matriarch podcast. I am your host, Ashlie, and my beautiful co host is here, Alexis. Say hi,
Sup,
Alexis.
sup, Big Daddy. I can't take you seriously in this hat.
Oh, why? What's wrong with
So,
the hat?
because you guys can't see Ashley, or can you? We'll see. She is wearing a Montana. She's wearing a hat. So she's wearing like, I mean, I would not call this like, I would say it's like, what is this? A snapback? It's definitely not a trucker hat. It's
It's a
like, okay, so
snapback.
it's a snapback, and on it, there is a Montana license plate, it looks like, but it just says Mount Beer. And I can't take, I mean, I'm taking her very seriously, but I also can't because she looks like, oh my God, what? Like, you look like your name should be like Margie and you should be going to Costco and buying like all of the power supplies.
Well, as we covered in our first episode together, my middle name is Margaret, so call me Large Marge, baby. Call me
Large
Large
Marge.
Marge. Yeah, I'm in my like bruh girl era where it's
I'm
like,
so, what is a
yes,
bruh girl? I'm into it.
it's bruh girl is like, first of all, it's the type of women I'm attracted to. I'm
I feel
predominantly
that.
heterosexual, but I'm definitely like on the spectrum.
Because
Um,
sexuality is a spectrum. Nobody is 100%
amen.
gay or 100% straight.
In a room of women, like my husband can be like, "Oh, yeah, that girl's your type." Like that'd be
For
it. And I'm
sure.
like, "Yeah." And
Oh my
that's a
God, my
bruh
husband does
girl.
that too.
So that's like a woman who has like her nails are done, her skin
Okay.
is glazed, flawless skincare. But she's wearing like a tracksuit and a snapback.
Wait, can I tell you who my ultimate girl crush is?
Yeah,
And you might not know who they are because you haven't been like deep into the food TikTok side, I think, like I have been.
lay it on me.
Um, her name is Lamb Chop. Look her up right
Oh,
now. She just got engaged. Her girlfriend's name is Carly. They're both really big influencers. So
I
Lamb
know
Chop,
exactly who
she
you're
is
talking about.
oh my God. I don't know what it is. It's like, and when she does like the head nod, the let's get into it, I'm like, oh, I'm like, I would run off. I would run
You
off in
literally
a
nailed it.
second.
Her name's Tess, right?
Yes, yes.
That's her. Oh,
Yeah.
that is 1000% my type.
Oh, 100%. 100. I can give you people on the talk to follow if that's
Yeah.
like, if that is your lesbo aesthetic.
I
I
love
have lots of people for
her.
you.
I
Yeah.
love her and I'm obsessed with her content. Fun fact about me for the audience, I have aspirations to at some point in the next, let's call it 3 years, to go to culinary school.
Wait,
So I
I
am
did not know that.
you didn't?
No.
Oh,
I
Alexis,
didn't
that
know that you
is
actually wanted to go to culinary school.
100%. It's not so
You
much that
totally should.
it's not so much that like I want to be a chef or like I want to work on the line in a restaurant. I don't necessarily have like career aspirations that go with it, but maybe I will. But I
I love
love
this.
cooking. It's the way it's the way I show my love. It's the way I show my nurturing side. I love sort of the science behind it. I love to bake, but I also just love to cook. And I just want to like learn real hard skills. Knife skills are like top of the list. And yeah, it is a goal eventually. So I'm super into like food talk and all of those, especially like those like personal creators or like folks who do
Yes.
like private chefs that have channels. Like I love watching their stuff.
Yes. I'm totally with
Yeah.
you. Okay, we're gonna have to do a whole episode on like our favorite food creators and like not to completely
Yes.
derail this, but my husband and I have talked about doing this for a date night where there's a creator who does like her husband will basically film her like she's on Chop and pull out like random ingredients from their cabinet and cook.
I've seen this.
And oh my God, I am so my husband and I, and trying not to say his name is horrible, so I'm just gonna say Biggie. Um, like we've talked about doing this as a date night for like so long, and I think we're actually gonna do it because we both can cook. So like we know that regardless, we're gonna get a good meal. But how fun! How fun would that be?
That'd be so I've actually thought about that. I'm like, what if someone just gave me like a box and was like, "You got 45 minutes,
Yes.
go." I think I'd fumble,
Okay, well, I know what
but
we're doing next time you're in Boston. I have the kitchen
yeah,
for it.
That'd be so much fun. That would be so to see, like, what would
I
we
think we
both
should do
do
it.
with the same ingredients. That'd be so much fun. But, I think it's time to
Literally.
roll
Okay, yes.
into
Anyway,
today's official topic. So Alexis and I have been talking a lot, something that has come up consistently, and, obviously, I think it's relevant because we both have vaginas, but even if you don't, take this as an educational
we do. We do.
opportunity. Um, there's a lot that we encounter as females that come up on the day to day. We're going to talk a lot about that on this podcast, but I think one of them that came up the other day is the pink tax and feminine
Yes.
health in general. What do we know? What don't we know? What's the conflicting information that we're always getting? I'm a huge advocate of women's health, specifically reproductive health. It's something that I try to infuse in my work. I know that Alexis is passionate about it too. So we thought we
Because
would
I have
dive
a
in
vagina,
and
my
talk.
vagina constantly hurts.
Yeah, I would say that if you have one, you're probably an expert. But if you don't and you still have a lot of info, we commend you because even having one, it's hard to get, I guess, accurate info sometimes about what the heck is going on in your body and what products are good for it, what aren't. Um, but I want to start off. I did a little research, and I know you
We
did
love
too,
this.
girl.
Smeesh merch.
But for those who don't know, the pink tax is a gender-based price discrimination where basically like products and services are marked up that are geared towards women and ultimately they cost more rather than like a men's version of that product. So like an example would be 13%, or I should say personal care products on average are about like 13% more in cost than like a men's version. So let's say like a
Which
Gillette
is just like
razor,
highway robbery because, like, not to
13%?
interrupt you, but
You're
like
right.
also if you like if we talk about the frequency, if we talk about like stereotypes of like what who spends more time shaving, right? Like in and I'm going stereotypes. Yes, there are plenty of men out here that shave their legs. I know
Totally.
swimmers shave their legs and their arms, but I'm saying like if we go based on stereotypes, men are shaving their faces. So, yes, their faces are more delicate, but a woman is expected to shave her armpits, her legs, her vagina, her I shave my toes and my fingers like in the well,
Same.
I don't really shave my fingers anymore,
Oh,
but I shave my toes like in the summer, especially
me
24
too.
hours before a pedicure. 24 hours
Me
because you
too.
should not be shaving prior to a pedicure. That's not good hygiene. Um but it's like, okay, so you're gonna charge me more, and I also have to buy it more. So it's like you're really charging me double in my
Totally.
math. That's
And
Lexi math, which
it
was
gets
not math at
worse.
all.
It gets
Oh
worse
no. Don't tell
because and I
me.
think I think we all know this, but like women are predominantly the ones in the household that are doing things like the grocery shopping and the caregiving of
Yep.
children. Not always, but statistically, that is the perception. There's not only a markup on women's like centric products, but there's a markup on children's toys and clothing.
Wait,
7%
I
for
didn't know
toys,
that at
4%
all.
for clothing. I just found this out because ultimately who are those who are those items geared towards? Well, they're geared towards the person in the home that is more likely to be doing the purchasing for the home and more likely to be doing the caregiving. So, hey, if women are willing to pay a little bit more for the quote unquote female items in the grocery store, why wouldn't they also be paying a little extra for the toys and children that they're or clothing that their children are wearing? Isn't that wild? So it actually gets worse.
It's wild. That's actually way worse, especially if you're talking about little kids' toys, because like, what is it? Uh, I, I just don't get it. Like
She's speechless.
you're telling me that this Fisher Price like the Fisher Price like Make Me Mine kitchen is more expensive than like the Hot Wheels in-home 8-car garage? Like that's essentially like what I'm hearing.
Hmm. I don't
I mean,
necessarily know if there's
I'm not talking about literally those two products, but like
yeah, and I don't know if there's a differentiation in between the quote unquote little girl versus little boy toys, 'cause what even is that? I don't even care.
That's right,
It's
right.
more
Like,
that category is marked up because it's a woman that's buying it. That's what I've understood according to the New York Department of Consumer Affairs. Thank you so much.
see, that makes sense to me, but then okay, and this is not that Ashley came with the research. Right now, this is my opinion. So I will never
Tell me.
forget the first time I went to Sephora with my husband, and it was not a choice that I made. However, it was very good and helpful because he has eyeballs and he looked around the prices of like, and I got like face wash and moisturizer. Like I didn't even go, like I go into Sephora often and like black out and just kind of say like it like God's will, it will be what it is. Like I am either
Yeah.
going to spend $1 million or I'm going to spend 50. But I only went in there for the staples. Like it was raining and this was not like we were not luxury shopping. This was like an in and out. And he looked at me and he goes, "I did not realize that your like it's just like skincare is expensive." And
Yeah.
I felt so justified. I almost said justificated. I felt so justificated in that moment because I no longer felt guilty for what I
Yeah.
spend at Sephora. Now, that may have backfired because now I go into Sephora and no matter what number comes up, I kind of am like, oh, it's not my fault. The products are more expensive. But it just is. It is expensive to be a
Me.
girl or somebody out in this world who like wants to live the life of a lady. It is expensive.
It's so expensive. To quote the great Erica Jane, "It's expensive to
I
be
was thinking
me."
that.
Um,
Me, e.
I wanna double click into this because not only are, you know, female-centric products more expensive, it's just a fact because of the pink tax. The products themselves I wanna get into a little bit because
Yes.
when you and I were working together at our first job, which we talked about last episode,
Mhm.
we first of all, I know we weren't the first, but you and I were really early adopters in podcasts and listening to
Oh,
them.
yes. I don't know why I thought you were gonna say, like, tampons. I was, like,
Uh,
definitely not the first adopters of
we'll
tampons.
actually we're gonna get there. We're gonna get
Oh.
there, I promise. Not early adopters in tampons, but we were really early adopters in podcasts, and I swear I'll get to my
Mhm.
point. We listened to a podcast called Lady Lovin'. It
Mhm.
no longer exists. It was
R.I.P.
fabulous.
R.I.P. Lo Bosworth, Jilly
Mhm.
Hendricks, and then Greta oh my god, Greta not Greta Thornburg.
Nope.
Greta
It,
is a comedian, she's everywhere. She's Matt Rogers' BFF. I
she's
can see her
fabulous.
face.
So
She's
the
fabulous.
three powerhouse women had a podcast, and it was great. I'm so sad that it no longer exists, but one day they had the founders of this company called Lola on, and I don't know if you remember this, Alexis,
Yeah,
but
I still use those products.
there you go. Me too. And the reason I bring them up is because they basically illuminated for me at the ripe age of what, 22, 23,
22.
that the FDA regulates and classifies menstrual products as medical devices, meaning that they're not subject to the same labeling laws as other items. And so companies can voluntarily disclose what's in their products, but they're not required to. And what does
Which is
that
so
mean
gross if you think about
for
something
menstrual
like
products? That
right.
means products like tampons that you are literally putting inside yourself. When you look on the box, you don't actually get all the information of the ingredients that are in there. Now, they decided to run with that and basically created a 100% cotton menstrual products company called Lola, and it's like my dream job. It's on my vision board to potentially work there
I
one
could
day.
totally see you working at like
I was
Lola, a
so
company like
inspired
that.
by
Yeah.
them, but I felt like I was like armed with this like crazy piece of information that I needed to let all the women in my life know about. And honestly, I will now only use 100% cotton
Yeah,
products because I was
me
pissed.
too. Oh yeah. And it's like so disgusting because it's like and this is where like don't get me on a soapbox about why men should not be creating products for women, but it's
Mhm.
like if a man had to put something in their pee hole, the way they would need it tested on every single other pee hole in the world first, and then they would need to know exactly what was in it. And like, I don't know if you think about this, but anytime I think of tampons, I think of Tampax because that was the first brand that I used, and I feel like
Yeah.
when I got my period at the ripe old age of 10, yes, I was in 5th grade, and I did get my period on my grandmother's 74th birthday. Happy birthday to Rufus. Um, that's why I remember the date. It's because it was her 74th birthday.
I was gonna say,
Um,
do you remember because it was her birthday, or does everyone remember because it was traumatic?
I only remember the date because it was her birthday. I think
That's
that
fair.
is the only reason I remember because, like,
Yeah, I
February
don't remember the
24th.
date.
Like,
Mhm.
right. I think but because it was her birthday, I remember. But I did not start using tampons in 5th grade. I waited a ripe 2 more years till I was in 7th grade. But I remember seeing all of those. It's like when I think about being a kid, the commercials that immediately pop in my mind are Tampax and, like, Skin like the shaving cream.
Absolutely.
And the
Yes.
Tampax one, watching them put the tampon in the cup of water and that blue dye or
Why is it
whatever the
blue?
fuck that is.
Why is it always
I don't
blue?
know. I don't know because you can see it in water, but I just remember looking at that as a kid being like, is that like I'm supposed to put like food coloring in my pussy?
Yeah.
Like, what is
I
that?
don't understand it at all. I mean, literally, they could have put the red dye, but
Also,
guaranteed, I
what
don't
is
know
that
this
blue stuff? I
I
should look it
don't
up.
know this for a fact, but I guarantee you there was some sort of, like, TV regulation that, like, wouldn't allow, like, that level of, like, reality to be shown, like,
Transparency.
"Oh, if it's red, it's too realistic, and it's fear-mongering, and it's scary," and it's like,
Mind you, there's like
menstrual
murder
blood?
shows on.
Thank you. It's well, right. That just shows you
That's the thing.
the
That's the thing.
misogyny of being able to show, blood and murder in that context, but not being able to show menstrual blood. Meanwhile, I think we would all fairly know it's red food dye in a cup. I'm not a moron. Anyway, I
I mean, right.
digress.
Like it's not actual blood because that would be a one that could be considered a HIPAA violation depending on where you got that blood from. And two, that's definitely a biohazard. Like no
Of
photo shoot
course.
set. I have seen enough episodes of America's Next Top Model to know that no food photo shoot set is like equipped with like to be able to handle biohazards. So obviously it's not real blood.
Yeah,
But
obviously.
while we're talking about feminine health, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that Ashley already knows this, but I decided to remove my IUD 2 days ago. Not because I'm trying to have a baby, but because I am at the end of my term for my IUD, and I have decided that I want to go back on the pill temporarily, even though I hate being on the pill. But I need a birth control I can see. I just need to be able to see it. And the doctor did warn me that I was gonna have some discomfort after it. I just wanna say this. I had a difficult insertion with getting my IUD in.
I
Um,
bet.
and I knew that because my cervix is tilted. Fun fact, almost every freaking female on this planet, all of our cervixes are tilted. So if yours not, I think you're one of the 3. Um, but anyway, I was told like and they're right. The removal is so much different. And to tie it full circle to a tampon, how I've been describing it to everybody, well,
Here we
women,
go.
because I can't describe this to my husband because I was like, there's literally nothing I could compare it to. Like, after you're watching that Tampax commercial and they dip that tampon in the water and it blows up like that flower balloon, it literally felt like this is what removing the IUD felt like that somebody yanked that tampon out while it was fully open, but it was, like, fully open, like, holding up your uterus, and then when it came out, my uterus just, like, like, I can't even like, it felt like my uterus, like, reformed around it, and my doctor, I knew all of this, she gave me all of the info going in. The cramping that I have dealt with the last 2 days, considering it's not even in me anymore, after it went in, after, I got through the insertion point, I was fine. Like, I had no cramping after that, blah, blah. I would have never thought that I would be this uncomfortable getting something taken out of me.
Would you agree that in general, this process included, we just don't know enough about birth
Uh,
control?
I mean, I just think that it is, don't get me started on birth control because do I want to be on birth control? Like, do I want to be on anything? Do I want anything
Well,
extra in my body? The answer is no.
right.
However, I also don't want an unwanted pregnancy.
Yeah.
And, I there we have do you think we're ever going to live in a world where men can get on birth control?
I'm potentially, I don't really know enough about it, but I want to tack on to, sort of what you're saying about like, uh, not knowing enough about it and this experience that you had and feeling like maybe, you wish you didn't want to be on it, but you also like aren't ready to conceive right now. I had that same process about 2 years that thought process about 2 years ago, where I just like woke up one morning and I had been on the pill forever and I
Mhm.
decided like I wanted out. I wanted off
Yeah.
of hormonal birth control. So I did the responsible thing. I went to my gynecologist. I just said plural as if I have two.
It's
There's just the
okay. I was
one.
like, go to them all.
Remember like Samantha Jones in Sex and the City was
Yes.
like, "Oh, you want them to fight for it. You got to have multiple." No, I
A
just have the
second
one.
opinion, a
I
second
just
opinion
have the
regarding
one.
your health is never a bad thing.
Yeah. So I go and I say, "Listen, I really want off hormonal birth control. Like, what are my
Yeah.
options?" Do you know the options she gave me? Number one,
Well, I
the
know what they are because I
copper.
did this too.
Well, I guess for the audience who might not know, the copper IUD, but she said there would be, a ton of hemorrhaging. It can be a painful process. Obviously, it's something foreign that's living inside your body. I was like, no,
Yeah.
thank you. I have a phobia about that. We can
Fair.
get deeper on that at another time. No pun intended.
This might be the
Number
conversation for that.
True. Number 2 was something called Sphexy, which is a
What's that?
gel that you shoot up your hoo-ha
Oh, I've heard
about
of
an
this.
hour or so before you think that you're gonna have sex. And
Could
basically
you imagine?
it's like a spermicidal lube basically that you have to like shoot up there. It's
But again,
non-hormonal.
that's another foreign thing going inside your body.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I opted out of both and I won't say and I decided to opt for cycle tracking, which might be risky, but you know what? I feel like my
I
body
know a
is
lot of
free
people
and
have done it
clear.
successfully.
I'm an adult. I have,
Yeah.
my one partner at the moment for now. Just kidding.
Her
Um,
current husband.
my man's. And yeah, that works for me right now. That might change, but the point is we are not given, I think, enough options. And I actually turned to that doctor and I said, "Are you shitting me? These are my two options." And she goes,
Yes.
"I know." And like as a woman, like I'm embarrassed to say that. Like I'm embarrassed
Yeah.
that I can't come to the table and give you a better solution. It's sort of like I had to pick between being sick and depressed versus pregnancy. And I didn't want either one. So for me, I made the choice for
Yeah, I'm
my
like, what did you
body,
pick? You picked
the
or.
cycle
Just
tracking.
like just like you did with the Gilmore Girls. You picked or. You said I am not team Logan, not team Jess, not team Dean.
I know.
You said or.
I know. I am, what is the word? I'm just annoying in that way.
I just think you
I
know what you want and you speak up
Yeah.
for it. And unfortunately, I mean, I am totally with you because I had an IUD and up until 2 days ago, I actually went for the Kylena, which is
Hmm.
it is less it's not copper because I also was like same kind of thing. I didn't want the copper IUD came with a whole bunch of side effects. And as somebody who's had a baby bitch period her whole life, I was not ready to all of a sudden like have like these like ferocious periods.
Mm.
So I went with like the least hormonal option. But like in even talking to my doctor, like, earlier this week, talking about my like my options, I really ideally would not be on birth control at all, but I also know that I need a little bit more peace of mind than just cycle tracking. For me, I know
I
lots of
totally
people
get
that have
that.
done it really successfully. I also do cycle track. So like I do operate like but I just need something a little bit more. But like I really did not want to go back on the pill. Like really didn't want to go back on the pill especially because the pill is so hormonal, but
Mhm.
I mean, I wanted a birth control I could see. And of those options, it really was the best option, and I'm hoping to only be on it for, like, a year, but
Mhm.
it just, like It fucks your body up. I don't know anybody that's been on the pill long term and it's not fucked them up in some way.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I meant by, like, do we even know enough about it? Has it even been in the market for a long enough time for us to really know the long-term effect of it? There are some books on it. There is one that was recommended to me called Your Body on Birth Control. It is on my
Oh, I've
to-read
heard of that. I
list.
need to read
So it's
that.
something I definitely, even though I've already made the decision for myself, like I said, that could change, and so I really wanna read it, but I don't think that we know enough. I cannot believe that we don't dig deeper into this stuff in health class as young women, young
Of course
people,
not,
because
because your gym
honestly,
teachers are teaching health class. Do you ever think about that? I think about that all
yeah,
the time as somebody who went to a public school. Your gym
mhm,
teacher is also your health teacher. And now I have
yeah,
never gone to school to be a teacher, but I can't imagine the education process is the same for those two things.
yeah. So here we are, grown women, almost in their mid-30s,
You're
searching
33.
Google, talking, well, I know, just almost in our mid-30s, but 33, and we're searching the internet, we're listening to other podcasts. Thank goodness there are people that are talking about it. We're maybe talking to our friends, but we're sort of like searching and grasping. So obviously, Alexis and I are not doctors. We're not
No,
experts in this field, but I know we just kind of wanted to share our thoughts. And I know we're going to get into this so much more because I feel like each of the topics we can drill into a lot.
totally.
So I guess for anyone listening, like let us know, like, do you want to know more about cycle tracking? Do you want to know more about kind of our experiences with, being on birth control or just
What are you doing for
experiences?
birth control? Are you a birth
Mm,
controller? Not you, Ashley, but
yeah.
like, I have a lot of friends that are on like, different styles. And I have many friends that have actually made the choice because of health issues that they had to come off of like the pill. And that's what they do is just cycle track,
Yeah. Yeah. I totally get
So
it.
yeah,
And you have to make the choice that's right for you, but sometimes that's really hard if you don't have all of the information. And I'm sort of baffled by how difficult it is to not only get information but get the right accurate information. So we definitely want to hear from you if that's something that's on your mind. I think that now let's turn it over
lighten
to
it up. Let's lighten it
something.
up.
Let's turn it over to something a little more fun, which is our Millennial Mouthfuls segment. It is kind of silly, it's kind of slutty, it's just like us, that title.
Just like us.
So, this is where we talk about what we like, what we hate, what's going on in our lives, what are we thinking about, what are we reading. So, Alexis, take it away. What's on your mind this week?
Oh God. Well, honestly, you don't want to know what's on my mind this week because I am always deep into okay, you're going to make fun of me. I am very deep into the third no, I'm not very deep into the third season of Monsters. I am completely finished with the third season and am I am I don't even know how to say this. I am on an Ed Gein kick, and I don't want that to be taken the wrong way.
Right,
Um,
you're not pro Ed Gein.
I'm not pro Ed Gein,
For
in terms
context,
of
Ed Gein
him
was a serial
being a
killer, y'all.
killer. Well, yes, he was a serial killer. He was the one that, I mean, I think this is tomato tomato. He didn't kill that many people. He just mostly dug them up out of graves and then, dressed himself in their skin and then would fornicate with them. I had a full conversation with one of my best friends about this and how she thinks Ed Gein is worse than Dahmer, and I will stand 10 toes down in this. Dahmer is so much worse than Ed Gein. But anyway, um, I have been all of my like a lot of my like TikTok and Instagram reel content right now is like Ed Gein like jokes and things like that. Like I know. The first 3 episodes are quite dark. I don't want to say they're not, but it is such a good show. Um so basically I spent a lot of time there over the last few days, or the last week. So recently I've been rewatching season 6 of Southern Charm.
Oh, what a pivot, by the way. We go from a serial killer style show Which, by the way, I'm easily influenced. So Alexis was saying she was watching it, so I went to go watch it. Guys, I watched the first episode and a half and I had to turn it off. And I don't normally get like skeeved,
The
but
first 3 episodes are the darkest.
I know I just got to pump through it because I did like the first couple seasons
It's a
of that
daytime watch.
series.
It's a daytime watch.
You got to watch it in the light because it's literally so dark. You can't watch it at nighttime. I had to
I mean,
turn it
it's
off
also
because I was
literally so dark
so
on the screen.
yes, literally. I mean, it's very well done. Is it Charlie
Very well
Hunnam
done.
is his name? He
Yes.
is
Yes.
we're talking he was the
He
lead in
plays
Sons
Ed
of
Gein.
Anarchy. He is sexy
Mhm.
as hell, but in this
Not in
show,
this role.
he is wackadoo. I had to shut it off, but I love the pivot of that to reality TV. I love Southern Charm. Also, great to know that not only do you start middle of the pack in terms of seasons for Gilmore Girls, but you're telling me now that you also start middle of the pack and you pick a random season of a show that has like
So
10 seasons. Remind me what happens in season 6.
well, I can tell you because I just started. So, this
Okay.
is T-Rab is in jail. Catherine
Mm,
is dating a senator, a Democratic senator.
scandal.
Um, and this is Madison's first season. And
Oh, love
Naomi is
her.
with that guy that we all hate that I can't remember. And it's like this is and can't we still have Cameron? And I'm gonna tell you this. I have watched with shows that I have seen backwards and forwards a million times, i.e., Gilmore Girls, i.e., Roni and any of the Housewife franchises, i.e., all of the Southern Charm offshoots. I frequently will literally just kind of like go and like pick a season and just start. Sometimes I won't even start at the first episode. Sometimes I'll just start a few in
You're
because
wild.
I'm not watching it at that point to like, I'm not watching. This is the difference. I'm watching the show at that point, like just watching it for entertainment. I'm not sitting down with like a purposeful rewatch. Like when you sit
Yeah,
down and you're like, let me S1 E1, you were like, I am going to rewatch. I,
you're
the other
right.
day, was like, I just need a little bit of serotonin. I just need a little upper. And I said, the Southern Charm trailer had come out, so it was top of mind. And I said, let's scroll it back down. And I love season 5, 6, 7 are so, so good of Southern Charm. I
Mm.
love it. Cam has just had her baby. Like, it is just, there's something so millennial about rewatching a show that you've seen a million times.
And I
Because
feel
it just
like
makes me happy. But because I haven't watched season 6 recently, it's also kind of fresh. Like it's like you're
yeah,
watching with a fresh eye, but you know all of the context.
I feel this way about that show. I feel it about Vanderpump Rules. Like those were
Totally.
slow burns in like the pop culture sector, where it's like I feel like I was OG watching it from the beginning. You were
Yes,
too.
we were.
You sort of
Yes, we
like
were.
grew up with it. You're spot on that it's super millennial coded. And then all of a sudden, like something happened, like Scandival or something in Vanderpump Rules. And then everybody was like, wow, what is this show? And then they went back and watched it from the beginning. It's like, sit down, okay? I've been here since the beginning, putting in the hours, episode by episode. I know all the lore by heart. I am deep in it, and you could go back, and I've already rewatched it 6 times because that's how long I've been watching it. But I feel like Southern Charm is one of those shows where it was like having
Yes.
that moment where it was like popping off, and it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. This has been my show, okay?
It's been your
So
show.
I feel that way.
So
Um,
okay, what are you watching? What are you doing?
well, I'll
Because if
tell
it's not
you.
Ed Gein, if it's not Southern Six of, I mean Southern Six, if it's not Ed Gein or season 6 of Southern Charm, what is it?
Well, I am doing a lot of rewatching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, currently
Ooh, another
rewatching.
good one.
Yes, I started from season 1, episode 1. I want to mention a show because I've said it to a few
Mm.
people. I think it's not getting enough love. And then I want to tell you something that I've been up to lately. But it's called McBee Dynasty. Have you heard of this?
Wait, what is it on? What is it on? I've seen
It's
it.
on
I've seen
Bravo.
it. Okay, I've seen it on. So I'm a Peacocker. So I've
Yeah.
seen it on Peacock. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my list. Do I need to just
I
start it?
am You do, and here's why. The best thing about these reality shows is those first 1 to 3 seasons, and here's
I'm
why.
with you. I agree.
Because the people on it are most likely have never been on reality TV before, and so
They don't know. They don't know the
they're
formula.
sharing way too much, and it's
Yes!
incredibly entertaining. So, this show topically is, like, not on brand for me. It is about a family, a 4 brothers and their dad who own this farm in Missouri,
Yeah.
and they've turned it into this, like, multi-million dollar business. First of all, I've learned so much about ranching and farming. It's been, like,
I mean, your
low-key
outfit and
educational.
what you just said don't go
I
together. I hope
know,
you know that you
but
look
this
like
isn't
you should
but
be on a
but do you agree that is not typical
I do
content for
agree.
me?
That is not typical content. I'm just kidding.
But they all
But
have these, like
Margie, definitely watching it.
Large Marge is on it. They have all these, like, personal lives and, like, the women that they're dating or not dating or say that they're dating, but they're actually dating 3 other people. There's also been this whole, FBI scandal that has unfolded after they've filmed this show. So you
What?
know
Oh, I'm
about it
watching.
now,
Oh, I'm
but
watching.
you're sort of seeing things unfold, and there are things that they're saying and showing that I'm like, "Oh my god, why would you let them film that? This is crazy." So
Wait,
underrated.
and
I haven't
how
heard
much
a lot
is it
about
just the
it.
first season? Is it just the first season that's out?
There's been 2 seasons, so
Perfect. This is a great time to start a show. Is when
yeah,
you
this
have
is a
like
great
because you can
time.
binge, but then you can be caught up.
Absolutely. So if you're curious about, what to watch and you are into the
Oh,
Bravo,
I'm
into the
definitely
reality world,
diving
but
into this.
you're craving something new and maybe unexpected, I would go ahead and hit that up. I wanna pivot and talk about something I've been doing lately that I'm sure, like, everyone's like, "Ugh, we've been there," but it's new to
Oh, what
me.
is it? What?
I've started doing hot Pilates.
Oh, girl. I do hot yoga. I do vinyasa
Okay.
yoga. Mhm.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
But you
I've
like to sweat, right?
done
You like to sweat?
well, it's funny, like, I do like that feeling of, like,
Mhm.
being, like, super sweaty and, like, it just makes me feel like I'm working hard. And in hot
Yes.
Pilates, you don't have to work that hard to sweat because it's already 95 degrees in the room, and I realize, like, some
Well, and
people
you're
don't
in
hate
Texas.
that.
That actually seems like extra
Well,
psycho.
I wasn't gonna do it during the summer. I've only just started doing it as it started to cool down. I'm not crazy. But, yeah, it's, like, 95 degrees in the room. It's something like 45, 50% humidity, so, like, you walk in and it's already thick in the air.
You're like, "Oh."
I will say, like, these people in here I've said this before about, like, reformer Pilates, but I definitely feel it in these hot Pilates classes. There is something that these women are training for that I didn't get the memo on. There is a
Like the people
small
that actually
army.
take the class?
Yeah, like, these women are incredible, like, they are training for something that I'm not aware of. Maybe it's war, I'm not really sure, but they are strong, they are beautiful, they are a little cuckoo cuckoo. Like, they're doing
Love it.
crazy moves. Now, granted, I'm a big girl, so, like, it's gonna take me a minute to get used to it, but even still, like, I don't think I'll ever be on the level of some of these people that are in there that are just doing incredible, incredible work, but holy crap, it's, like, such a crazy experience. But let me tell you something, if you have a night where you've had 1 to 3 martinis and you need
Yes.
to get it out of your body, go to a hot workout the next morning because you will sweat all of the toxins out and you will feel
I
like
mean,
a
you also
new
may pass out
baby.
from dehydration, so make sure you have a water with an
You have to be
electrolyte in it.
so careful. Like, if I get lightheaded, I take a minute and
Yeah.
I bring in a huge, 40-ounce thing of
Yeah.
water in there, but it's super intense. But yeah, and then I look around also and I'm like, "Damn, like, the irony of coming into this class," I do it for more my mental health, but obviously, like, it's great for my physical
Yeah.
health too, and I look around and I think,
Totally.
like, how fucked up is it that, like, many people go to workout classes with the intention of, like, moving their body and potentially, like, losing weight, but then it's, like, the skinny people in there that are able to do the moves, and it's like, something's mismatched here. Like, why do like, I look at those people, I'm like, "Wow, they're doing crazy moves and good for them," but also, well, they have, like, literally a third of the amount of weight on them that I do.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna
lucky
say they could all
them. I'm just trying to lose the weight so I can get to that point where I can do the moves
I don't know.
correctly.
I just have to say I recently so I've done yoga, like I've done yoga through like workout studios I've gone to. But I just started going to like yoga, and I'm telling you, some of these older women, and when I say older, I don't mean like old. I mean that I am 33 and these are women that are at least 10 to 15 years older than I am. The way that they can bend and that in a way that I can't. And I like to think it's just because they've been doing it longer and they're more flexible. But
Potentially.
I'm like, I'm not kidding. I have been doing vinyasa yoga and then just like regular like flow yoga. And those flow classes, I am drenched after. And mind you, no one's moving quickly. Like you are not moving super fast, but the way that you're holding these I'm like, oh, like I am sore the next day.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. And are those hot
So
classes? Those are just regular and you're sweating
so
bullets?
flow, yeah, flow is regular, vinyasa is
Wow.
heated.
Okay.
So, yeah, the vinyasa yoga I'm fully obsessed with, and
Okay.
I've been doing it Monday nights, and the teacher that I've been going to he's from Revere and just has like a thick like Revere accent. So that's the kind of yoga I like to do. Like I want it to be peaceful and calm, but I also want you to yell at me with like a thick Boston accent.
Drop
Um
me a line. What
it
does he
is
sound like? Is he like, "All right, you're gonna get down on your mats."
Do you know what's crazy?
Give
I
me a
could do this
downward
act
dog.
the second you I can do accents until you ask me to do an accent. So it's
Okay, I
like
won't put you on the
if
spot.
I were to just imitate him, I could imitate him, but because you've asked, I'd be like, "Oh yeah,
Just
guys,
these.
let's get into tree pose, okay? Like we gotta have a leg up and you got a deep breath in." But yeah, the second you have me like it's like I can't. All of a sudden like all of my accents are either New Yorker, like literal like a person from India, Indian, or like Russian. I've got like
Fun.
uh my British accent, I can't do it. My British accent sounds like a Russian at tea. Like it
I think I
just
do a pretty good British accent, but
you do.
every time I do it, my husband's like, "Please stop. Please, please,
No, I love
please
when you
stop."
do a British accent. I think you do it so well.
Well, then maybe I'll give the audience a little taste at some point. We'll see. We've got
Maybe.
a lot to get through. A lot of accents I'm sure will come up as they do
We
in my
do.
day-to-day.
We'll meet Large Marge will be back and we've all got a cast of characters, but um you know, I think I need to go lay down because my uterus is going to explode.
Yes, you do.
Ashley is also on her deathbed and we need to get her healthy because she's about to go on her romantic honeymoon. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to say thank you for chatting with me today, ATD. This has been another episode of the Millennial Matriarch. If you're listening on one of two platforms, either Substack or Spotify. And I hope that you are rating, reviewing, and subscribing on both of those platforms. So, bye.
Bye.